Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Island Church Weekly Podcast, joined as ever by Pastor Will. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. It's hard to believe it's December, but here it is. And
Sure.
as a Sandy said, talking about, can you believe it's December? I said, yes. And I said, actually, we were talking recently. I said, it'll never be today again.
That's it. You got
I
to be
mean,
present.
this is what you
Yep.
get when you have an intellectual pastor. So anyway,
Yep. You get those philosophical, nice little nuggets. I like it. As I told my kids when we were playing hide and go seek this past weekend, ready or not, here it comes. Right? Like December is like it's here, whether you're ready for it or not. And so everyone is in both. I think the mood was nice. Everyone's got their Christmas trees up. That's always a wonderful time of year. But then also it means for church stuff, we're going 100 miles an hour. So speaking of the first Sunday of December, well, I guess it was the last Sunday of November. How was Sunday at Island Church?
it was good. Good. Our people, a good number of them were traveling. A lot of people out, but we had a few guests with us here. That was good. And our people, I just want to thank again our church family for welcoming guests. And we're not the church for several different types of reasons for people. And sometimes people aren't quite ready. They're just putting their foot in the water. Eventually, they'll get the whole leg in the water, and they'll get in the water. But I just want to thank our people for doing a great job with that. So anyway, so it was a good Sunday.
Awesome. Very cool. What do we have coming up? There's probably, I don't even know where to start with all things coming up in the life of Island Church. But why don't you just take it wherever you want to? What do we have coming up that folks know about?
We'll start with Saturdays.
Okay.
With Saturday, we have the SEC championship. I mean, no, that's another topic. It's football games on Saturday. But
Yep.
This Saturday, we have the Light the Christmas Tree with the Terra Verde. We're going to set up a booth over there. Stop by. I think the Sandy's got most of the things set up in terms of set up with and tear down of the things. And then someone committed to communicate with the people. But it's just say hello to our community. It's just participating. It's kind of a fundraiser for a school. That's what that really is kind of behind that thing. But that's this Saturday from basically 4 to 7. I think the official event's from like 5 to 7. Stop in there if you like. Wear your Island Church t-shirt if it's a warm day. If you want to, you can, and just kind of just say greet people. So that's coming up Saturday. But
Cool.
Sunday is one of our biggest days, Matt. It's our annual ministry celebration. We're going to celebrate what God has been doing in us and through us this past year, and we're going to then talk about what does 2026 hold, and then how we'll actually vote on at least one thing, and that is how we're going to fund the ministry that God's entrusted to us. And it's not just a budget. Budget's just handling money well. We want to do that, want to steward it well, but actually we're trying to advance the gospel. And so how are we trying to do that? So that's this coming Sunday, right after the Sunday morning service. But before we move into the annual celebration, Charles Blanton is going to be at it again with the food. It's going to be outstanding. It's going to be amazing. And so look forward to Charles preparing that. I think it's some type of pork loin, and it's just going to be outstanding, and it's going to be good as usual. And so that's this coming Sunday, right after the service. Our guests are welcome, our people, attenders are welcome, and our members. When we get down to voting, it's just going to be the members on that. But there's not a whole lot of voting. Maybe one, maybe two matters, something like that. So we got that. That's Saturday and Sunday.
Awesome.
And then the next following week, we've got the annual Christmas special music, the concert, and we're going to hear from both all three different things. We're going to hear from our own composer, Alex Kinzik. She's going to be playing, and she writes for the Florida Orchestra and the symphonies, and she does all kinds of things, just amazing. And then the Island Bells, which JJ Charter leads, and our ladies, and could be a man, but I think not this time. There's not a man participating, but they're going to be playing the bells. Actually, we play them in the service. They're going to be a part of that special night on December 14th. And then, as well, we're going to have St. Pete High School a cappella group that's coming, and that's always big fun. And they put they have good. We get a chance to love on them. They get a chance to bring a smile on our face. So feel free to invite a friend to that particular date on the 14th. That's at 5 o'clock on the 14th. So that's what's coming up. We got all kinds of. Sandy's got Christmas escape room, Matt.
Okay.
No, you can't come. Your kids would love it, but escape room for kids that goes over the nativity story. So
that's gonna be
she's doing that. She's doing that every week in December. So.
Very cool. So lots coming up with that. Anything farther out you want to talk about right now, or we just want to keep it pretty dialed?
Christmas Eve comes around every year on the 24th.
Yep.
But
Yep. And
we'll get to that a little bit later. But
sounds good to me.
I'm beginning a new series of messages on good news at
Yeah.
Christmas, and certainly appreciate you, the work you do behind the scenes and here in front of the camera as well, but behind the scenes helping us with our graphics and our logos and our taglines and our communication and all those kinds of things. Just appreciate the work you do that some people know about, some people may not know as much about, but
Yeah.
we've got that going on. So the good news at Christmas, and we're going to preach a series of 4 messages on that in December. So I look forward to that as well. So invite a friend if they need some good news. If you know someone needs some good news, you need some good news yourself,
Yeah.
be here or
I
be
love
square.
it. Great. Yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up. How can folks be praying for the church, or maybe let's switch it up a little bit. How can people be taking their next step? Like, what does that look like for them to take another step of engagement with Island
Yeah.
Church?
Well, I mean, certainly they can invite a friend. They can be praying for these events that are coming up. This is one of the couple biggest kinds of times of the year where people that are loosely connected or not connected to church will be considering church this and then around Easter. And so I encourage you just to be praying for your neighbors and friends, engage them on a personal level, and then invite them to come in as well. And so that's the biggest thing that they can do. Certainly, we got the building project taking place. You're going to hear more and more about that, and it's a lot of details. And but it's going to be a great ministry tool and mission tool for our church and for our island.
Absolutely. That's huge. That's huge. Well, thank you so much, Pastor Wolf, for sharing everything that's going on. Also, always a great way just to let people know, like, the podcast is one we like to keep informed, but it is also a great way to just be encouraged every week. Go back, listen to sermons from Sunday, check out the website for what's going on. There's an events tab there, and then just be there on Sunday. I mean, especially this time of year, it can be so easy to feel hurried and busy, and the best thing you can do is still be part of the community, still be there on every Sunday morning to really see all that God's doing and make the most out of this Christmas season. So just encourage people that way as well, to just lean in this season to the life of the church. Don't feel like, oh, it's just another thing to do, but really understand that this is a beautiful way for God to use the church to minister to you and for you to minister to others in this Christmas season. So, Pastor Will, thanks so much for sharing with us today. Thank you all for watching. We will see you back here next week on the Island Church Weekly Podcast.